I'm trying to I tried to get it on the previous tape. Um, I don't know. You'll have to look back if anybody cares to see what's being done to me because I'm telling about what's done to some other people, and me too. But like when I came here to Roanoke, I was shut down in '86. I couldn't get jobs, and they shut down my places to live. I ended up living on the Appalachian Trail, and then even send law enforcement up there. The agriculture department is head of your food stamps, is head of your rangers, and all that. And the person here who he's a U.S. congressman, and he's now head of intelligence. He was head of the agriculture. So I've been in his office, and I was told, hey, if we try to help you, we might end up just like you. So I'm naming names. They all know what's happened to me. You've got John Edwards, who I thought was a good guy, but they're afraid of the mess. He's a state senator, Virginia state senator. I'm going to name this one. This is, since my word's no good. His name was Carl Barton. And I was legal, and I was trying to breathe and live, and I was up at the National Park, Roanoke Mountain Campground, and near here. In fact, I can look out the door here and look up on the mountain to see where it is. I was there legally, and I've lost all my hair besides my organs in my body. How much is a lung or your kidneys or your vein or your heart or your brain worth? Um, so Carl Barton and his wife were supposed to be hosts there, and I was paid. And there's very few people there. It's a big place. I don't know why people don't go up there. It could be kind of nice, but anyway, Carl Barton and his wife came by and said hi to me, and he was a retired Virginia State trooper, and they were burning formaldehyde, which is illegal, by the way. Uh, this all went on, and nobody's going to investigate it because the police and the FBI are the ones doing it, all right? Now, can you get this? If you say something about the FBI or you're the Queen of England, which anybody can look back and wonder why a 99-year seal was put on my father's illegal takedown in 36 to, and they kidnapped me in 41. But these are the things there, if you speak out, they can come out and grab you and lock you up and feed you psychotic drugs and make you wish you were dead. But anyway, just like they did the antifreeze and everything, nobody's done anything about that. Nobody will touch it. I had an attorney with legal aid finally, and he Xeroxed all the stuff that I carry around with me, and then he up and left town. I was told I couldn't reach him, and legal aid wouldn't take anything anymore. They just said, well, he lost contact and left. But anyway, Carl Barton's wife, during the night, my tent was soaked with fuel, and I had to come out in the dark and sit on the bench. There's snakes and bears and everything up there. But anyway, the next day, and it looks like they're doing me a favor. His wife, Linda, brought me down to Affordable Corporate Suites and off Starkey Road and here in Roanoke. So they paid the deposit, $150, and she said to me when she left, she said, this is how we make you run with chemicals. Well, I had started to hug her like a gesture to thank her for bringing me down and paying the $150. I paid everything else for, what did I say, 17 months, and I soaked in the fuel and the chemicals that they deliberately put in there. But she stepped back when I started to hug her and shook her head. No, she's not my friend. After telling me that's how they run me. Well, I've told people what's going on. If they didn't know, the media, nobody will touch it. There's supposedly a gag order on me wherein they can do any national security involved. That's what the letter from the FBI issued to the U.S. Attorney in Atlanta in June of '79 said national security involved ongoing investigation. Well, it's been an ongoing hell. This is 34 years, got the letter from the FBI. Then on April Fool Day of '80, I was filled full of antifreeze and should have died. And it goes on, work for the DA with a brain that's burned, and you wonder how you can sit there and you're told not to talk about it, and you're trying to work, you're trying to beg for your sons because you don't know if they're alive, and then you go to another job and Doyle Duke Golden Triangle. Then I worked for Computer Science Corporation and doing Navy manuals, and there's a point to the Navy manuals, okay, of the involvement in this. If you stop and think that my Uncle George, who's illegal to fix, helped take down my dad with the Rockefellers and Rothschilds, and I've repeated this over and over. They helped kidnap me, Joe Kennedy, Rothschilds, Rockefellers. My uncle signed illegal treaties allowing the United States to put their military bases all over everything British. So here's the problem you get into, and them illegally taking my father down, and total lies. He wasn't even married to Wallace Simpson. He was married to my mom, O'Keefe from Madison, Wisconsin, George O'Keefe, the artist's sister. You don't hear any of this. It should concern people that all of it's been covered up. And I found out. I had to have been told by somebody, and I was. And I'm afraid this is going to run out. I don't think it's doing me any good to even get on here and say anything. But they've run me with chemicals. I'll go back to that. And I'm allergic to them. And over the years, I'm 75 years old, for God's sake. Don't know where my sons are. And, I mean, it's shocking if you did suddenly put this on network television, what they've done to me. The Americans, it would embarrass. And I can tell you what they would say. Well, we didn't know that. They would start excusing it. It's gone on in plain sight with me running up and down the road on the Appalachian Trail. And I can't get into on this video what happened up there. It's like people can't wait. You talk about bullying and taking down a single human being. They've done it to me. And where I live, I mean, it's control. When I was able to get a job and get money to get a place to live, my environment inside the home was chemicals used to get to the maintenance. And on the surface, some of it looks like they're being nice unless you get behind the scene and see what they're really doing. I don't have to tell people how you can, all you have to do, one person showed me who I thought was a friend, but they were into photography, and his wife or girlfriend worked for the hospital, and they had books on what had been done, like chemical, making you allergic to chemicals. And he showed me. I went into their place, and it was perfectly nice, the air and everything. And he went in, said he was going to do some, I think he did some work for the Roanoke Times, I don't know. But a few minutes later, you could smell the stuff that he works with coming out. So I think he did it deliberately. You inject it into the air conditioning unit, and you're smelling it and forced to. I have been over the years. Now then, the Carl Barton, the Virginia State Trooper, his wife, and he even said that that's how they run me. And so here I am. I've been here at the Quality Inn, and it takes every penny to pay the rent here since January the 13th of last year. And it's my understanding, I'm told, and I believe that the Germans owned it, and the Germans would be my friend. I can tell you that right now. It's the Americans and the Jewish, and, well, I'm not going to get into anything else. I don't know if I'll live for it to be told or what. But I've managed to hang in here, even though it wasn't that easy. It's got a beautiful courtyard. It's an older place, but it's really pretty. It's got trees and flowers last year, and I could walk over and at least have breakfast, something I'm not used to have him.